of Camp for Peace Liberia is already here, Mr. Abel Lioweli. He's in studio. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Pavle.
How are you? How's Camp for Peace?
Camp for Peace is doing great.
Mm.
We keep trying our little best to see how we can complement development process in Liberia.
Okay. You want to remind us basically, essentially, what you do at Camp for Peace?
Yeah, we are involved in a couple of things. Just to quickly summarize, we run 3 thematic programs at Camp for Peace.
Okay.
One has to do with the youth empowerment program that focuses mainly on helping young people, most especially rural youth, to acquire some practical skill that can help them to resettle in their community and to fetch a livelihood for themselves and their family. Okay. So we do that through a couple of means, through vocational education, and then follow up with a post-training process.
Okay.
The post-training is such that there's always saying that says it is one thing to learn and it's another thing to put into practice what one's learned. So we feel that in order to make these kinds of learning process more sustainable is about working with the beneficiaries to innovate ideas that create job for themselves, at the same time helping with the overall development of their community. So that's what we do. And the second pillar of our program also focuses on women empowerment.
Okay.
In different form. We also do that through vocational skill training. We also provide skills for the women to acquire some business skill that can help them to kind of take care of their family as well and to contribute to the livelihood of their community. In the same vein, we also have a post-training package also for them that we work on after graduation. And the third pillar of the program is focuses on access to justice.
Okay.
We carry on with massive awareness in different communities for people to know and understand their rights and what to do whenever they have grievances and where to go. So work with the justice sectors, including the court, the police, the prison, to take a more holistic approach, including the local leaders, the commissioner, parliament chief, all of those who got something to do with the issue of justice. So those are the 3 basic thematic area of Camp for Peace Liberia.
And how long you've been doing this?
We've been in the job for over 10 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We started this sometime back in 2012, but we got more serious in 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we started rolling out a couple of programs that could be more sustainable.
And the impact has been huge, especially on those you basically work with.
Oh yeah, there have been a lot of success stories from the beneficiaries.
Okay.
You would not believe that young people who have gone through our mentorship and training programs, most of them have earned their independence and they are doing a lot of wonderful work in the community. Like the program we'll be talking about just a few seconds from now, we just completed a state-of-the-art building that merely dedicated towards general construction as part of our training package. That building was built out of the local resources. I'm talking about the dead blocks. We sourced that out, and the guys who constructed that building, they were people who were trained by us. So if you see the architecture of the building, you would think that it is cement blocks that they build this structure with, but it was made out of local resources, and it was done by the very beneficiaries who we trained over the years. Yeah. So that's one of the big success stories. So we also want to promote these guys. We want to sell them to the general public so that people can also do business with them because they have learned all of the basic qualities that anyone desire in the area of construction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm reading here that Camp for Peace Liberia is thrilled to announce the completion of 4 modern classrooms that is set to be dedicated on the 3rd of May.
Yeah, the tour will be on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And well, is it constructed?
It is located in Salage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right in Salage town. We used to have the Farmer Resource Center. Now the name has gradually shifted onto Camp for Peace Vocational Training Institute.
Okay.
Yeah, so that building will be dedicated on Friday. Yeah.
So tell us the brain and the essence of this whole project.
Yeah, as I said earlier, in 2018 to be precise, we conducted a scoping survey in both Zaza and Salage district because we wanted to find out what are the economic and empowerment needs of our young people or of our people. So we surveyed around 250 persons in the 2 districts.
Okay.
Because
Salage and
Zaza.
Okay.
So we didn't just want to jump out of the Bruce car to start offering empowerment courses. We wanted to do we wanted to do that with our people.
Okay.
So there was a need to sit with them for them to tell us what are their interests that we could be involved with in helping. So that scoping exercise came out with 3 areas that they thought if we offered training programs in those areas could be more beneficiaries to them.
Okay.
And the first on the list was general agriculture. So most of the people we spoke with, they said to us, in this region, we don't have some of the industries and factories that other people have. We don't have mountains here to depend on mining and so forth. The only thing we depend on in this region is agriculture. So if you offer training in general agriculture, targeting maybe animal husbandry, maybe cross production, vegetables, training young people a different way of doing it to yield better results, that would be very good for us. So the second area, outcome of that scoping exercise was also in the area of tailoring and weaving. And most of the women talk about this. Most of the women we talk to, what can we do to help if we want to establish some training program? Most of them talk about tailoring.
Oh, okay.
Older women talk about weaving. That the culture.
So the interests vary.
Yes.
So the young people will say, okay, we want to do agriculture.
Mostly men. Mostly young men will say we want to do agriculture.
Okay.
And most time young women want to go into the area of tailoring, in different areas. So tailoring and weaving was the second type on our list, right? And then the last area was general construction.
Okay.
That yes, we've come from war for a long time now, but we are still constructing. So most of the houses that are built around here, they are built by by Guineans. Guineans, young men who cross borders, and they don't want building the houses. But we think to engage our own children, to engage our youth, there's a need to get involved in general construction. So if you provide training in that area, we will have access to them. And they will help us with the rebuilding process of our damaged infrastructure. So that's how we came up with the 3 areas of providing training facilities. So in 2008, immediately we rolled out the agriculture components of that. So we started providing training in agriculture, talking about poultry, fishery, fish farming, and the rest of that. And that process lasted for like almost 3 years. We provided training agriculture over the period of 3 years.
Wow.
So in 2021, to be precise, we rolled out the weaving and the tailoring program. And when we rolled out this program, you won't believe, we got over 90 young women and older women who came to the centers to register. Yeah.
It shows their interest in building their capacity.
Absolutely.
And empowerment.
Exactly what they told us, we saw them demonstrating that over 90 or even 100 plus, but we couldn't take everyone. We have to cut the number down to 75.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've been doing that as well for the past 3 years. Women have been very busy sewing, weaving. So if you visit the Science also area, you will see this country cloth all over the place. Almost every household where training participants came from, women are busy weaving, and sometimes they even take the produce to Guinea, sometimes send it up to Monrovia. We've been speaking with most of them. They said this is a safe haven for us. Through this, we are able to make our own money. Sometimes we are able to send our children to school. And sometimes it gets us busy to keep out of trouble. So some of them are single mothers, you know. So that process has been going. And then this year, we thought to complete the cycle. Saying they talk about 3 areas of training opportunities. So it was in that vein that this year we constructed the state of the art. We call it the state of the art because in my eyes and from what I saw, this is one of the most beautiful buildings in Saleh. Yep.
Well equipped,
well designed, and well built. I'm satisfied with the architecture. I'm satisfied with the material put in there. So I refer to it as the state of the art because it's modern. So right now we have all of the white blackboard, we have all of the training infrastructures, everything have been placed in there. So yes, providing those kinds of facility in a rural setting where our people will see new dynamisms of how they can benefit from some of the facilities that you even find in the urban area. I think it's a great way to go. So that building has been constructed and going to provide training in carpentry, in masonry, in electricity, and then in plumbing. Besides that,
so in essence, it is an expansion of what you do.
It is just an addition. We have had the agricultural components running over the years. We've had the weaving and the tailoring component running over the years. So this year, the general construction is now an addition. Because it's completing the cycle of the scooping exercise we did in 2008.
As per the interest of the people.
As per the interest of the people, right? In addition to the general construction, over the past 3 years, we realized that most of the women who go to the training facilities carry their babies, their children. As I said, some are single mothers. And you will realize that throughout the day, most of the children are running all over the field. Sometimes the mothers have to leave the class to run after them, you know. So we saw that as a serious challenge. And we felt that in order for the women to be more focused during their training period, there was a need to sustain the children. So we also created a classroom specifically for childcare. We call that childcare. Made the children between the ages of 3 to 5, maybe as possible 7, who are now going to school, and the mothers have to take them with them because they don't leave them home. They have to come with them to the training facilities. We saw that as a little bit of challenging, disturbing. So in order for these mothers to be more focused, we created that facilities, childcare, where we have a television. We hope that these children will have the opportunity to also witness some of the children games, moped shows, or whatever you call it. And then we created the first ever playground in Saleh, also for the children. And we have hired an instructor to be with them throughout the day. As long as their mothers stay focused, learning during the day, the children will also be engaged.
Because you're trying to avoid the mothers being distracted by the call of their children, and also the children being distracted by their mother.
Absolutely. We know that our first target is 25 children, but we know that the children of these mothers may not reach to 25. So we are going to open the facilities up to community and the nearby community children as well to come to join the process. Because when we did the playground, it was like very shocking. We would see hundreds of children standing all around the place, and we told them, you have to be patient. The time will come and we will have an adult teacher who will guide this process. So That's what we've done. Everything is set to be dedicated on Friday.
I mean, let's look at the overall goal of this and the impact and the economic benefit of what you do on the lives of your direct beneficiaries.
Yeah, as I said earlier, there are a lot of impact. Like for our agriculture students, for example, one of the components we added was that yeah, it's good to learn all of the cross production and the rest of that. But I think we have some local food that we all eat, and in order to have this food available more easily accessible, there was a need to add value to that. So if you ever heard of super gari, maybe you heard about it in other area, but we also introduced our process in the southern and southern area. We started producing super gari. Our agriculture students learn how to do that. By adding value to super gari. Sometimes we call it local food. And this one of the most popular food in this era. Students love it. Even adults love to eat it. Myself love to eat it. People around Morovia, they have been many times we came with super gari in our pickup, and then we did home delivery, we did office delivery. People calls from everywhere. Oh, as far as the south is, I need some of the super gari and so forth. So you will see that these young people have been engaged, trying to livelihood for themselves, and through this, they are able to pay themselves. But the benefit is not only to the direct beneficiaries; it's also going to the community because this is another form of enhancing food security. For the fact that students can get nutritional fast food to eat, that will keep them going, is also contributing to the overall economic development of the community.
So I mean, looking at the thematic areas, the opportunities thereof, let's say, for example, the agriculture. What's the time for the completion of a training in agriculture?
Usually it has been 9 months.
9 months.
9 months of training. Because the agricultural training is such that we call it a hands-on training. We call it on-the-farm training. And that it's not more about theoretical, right? So most of the classrooms are created right on the pantry, created in the low bush.
Like a farmer's field school.
Like the farmer field school. And the teachers put the students around, demonstrates and tell them how things looking like. So it's a hands-on. So students coming to the farmer resource center and wants to do a poultry. So before the stocking, the students will be there to witness that process of how the chicks are stocked into the poultry. And then they watch the growth of those chicks eventually into chicken. So it's a whole process. Everything we do is a kind of hands-on process. So we have a small component, 20% theoretical component, that they go to the classroom, and then the teacher demonstrates some of these things on the board. But 80% is done right on the field.
And some of these students, they already been doing farming, but they just needed some more idea to enhance, maybe how to use the fertilizer, for example.
Absolutely. They are all farmers. They are all farmers, but maybe in a more organized sense, right? Up there, many times when people think about agriculture, they only think about rice production, right? But it's a very vast area. Besides just the rice production or cross production, we also have animal husbandry, which contribute a lot to our nutritional needs. Today, you see we are still eating this forestry chicken all across the country. And one person who have said we need to transition from this, for the fact that other African countries are doing it. I spent 2 months of my time in Uganda learning how to do this job practically, looking at examples of what others are doing in that part of Africa. And the 2 months I spent in Uganda, I did not eat any imported chicken. I ate country chicken even from Kampala when I went to Padang. I ate country chicken. And I asked my colleagues, they told me we don't eat imported chicken here in Sele. We produce chicken. I visited farms where young people are working. So at the FRC, we try to change the dynamics a little bit to kind of encourage the production of chickens as well. Even with the fish, we also have our fish farms where our students learn how to practice and the rest of that. And then we also have our fishery. So students coming, it's a whole package that is being kind of presented to them, you know. Plenty cassava, you just dig the ground and pull it there. That has not been the way. Our teachers have taught the students new way of doing it by building other mounds and then putting the cassava into that, laying out the farm. Between 2019 to 2022, we had the largest cassava farm. And it was the largest farm I've ever seen in my life when it comes to cassava. It was a cassava plantation that you could drive for several meetings through. And I saw that layout like Firestone laying up their rubber farm. And the unfortunate thing about it, due to capacity issues, to be frank with you, most of that cassava spoiled because we never had enough manpower that could produce the cassava. Though we had the processing machines to do that, but that wasn't enough. We needed to make full utilization of the cassava. Right. So these are some of the training that have been going on for the agriculture students at the FRC.
It seems to me the agriculture component of the entire vocational training in Salaye and Zozo is flourishing. I think